Good morning. We're here with Suicide King Los Angeles member Rick.
Rick Glover,
Rick Glover, how you doing?
doing all right.
To get to know you a little bit more, what was like the car scene when you were growing up? Like what got you into cars?
Yeah, no, absolutely. In the '90s, growing up, I had a uncle that had a lot of cars, and was just fascinated by his cars that he had. And that was when I was a younger kid. And then as I got older, I remember the first time I saw a Lincoln Continental.
Hmm.
And I don't know what year it was specifically, but when I saw the suicide doors, I was like, one day, I'm going to get one of those. And so eventually I, made my dreams come true.
Man, how old were you when you saw that car?
I had to be around 12. I was
Wow.
really little, and I was about 12, and I saw it one day, and it was a black one. And I always said when I grow up, I'm going to get a black, Continental. And then had the opportunity several years ago to get a '61, and right the first year that they had the suicide doors, and took advantage of it. Here we are.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you at 12 to your first car wasn't, or your first project car wasn't a Lincoln Continental.
No.
What was your first
I had
project
my
car?
first car that I had was an '84 Buick Regal.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
first car, limited edition. That was my first car that I had, and I had that actually in college. That was my first vehicle I had in college. And I used to work on that car, but yeah.
What color was it?
Brown.
Brown.
Brown with a peanut butter top on it. Yeah,
Okay.
it was clean.
All right. So then, my next question was going to be why the Continental, but it looks like at 12 years old.
Yeah, it's always been unique. I like Chevy Impalas. There's a lot. I love the Buick Riviera, the '65 Buick Riviera. I love those, but something about the Continental, and I think because they're somewhat rare. You don't see them a lot. When you go to car shows, they kind of stand out a little bit more, and they're big, and just they make a presence, very regal too. So
Absolutely.
that was it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at your
Yes,
car
absolutely.
and walk around and
So most of mine's original. I mean, there's a lot of work. I mean, the focus that I want to do is make sure that the inside's doing well before you do the cosmetics. Looks beautiful from a few feet back, but they're always a work in progress. Any car that you have is always a work in progress. So all this is original. The 430, 8-cylinder car, but haven't had too many issues with it. Had the interior redone. But like I said, work in progress. Just something to take baby steps and over time.
absolutely. So yeah, for those who are watching and are kind of new to the Lincoln Continental scene, this is a 61. So for this generation, this is pretty much the one that started it off. And actually, kind of to compare, this one here is a 69, which is the last year. So we got them side by side.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you said you got it how many years ago?
I got it about 5 years ago.
And is this the original paint?
No, there's been some paint done to it. Like the trunk has been redone, the hood has been redone, but the side, I'm not really sure if it's all original.
But
I know
it's always
some
been a black
spots-
car.
It's always been a black car, yeah.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice. And you said you did the interior.
Yeah, we had the interior done. Transmission, little things like that. Had the headlights replaced. Brake lines, things like that. Just really trying to make sure the interior, it's running well before I start doing the cosmetic. But definitely looking to paint it black again, get that gloss on it.
Right.
I want
right.
it to look shiny.
Right.
So,
No,
but
I get you. And
yeah.
any cool story on how the car came to be? Was
Yeah,
it
well, I
a
have
little
a,
old
I have
lady
a,
in
I have a good
Pasadena?
friend of mine. No, I have a good friend of mine. He lives in Texas. So I was living in Texas at the time, in Houston, Texas, and good friend of mine. He's a car enthusiast. Has over 30 cars.
Mhm.
Everything from Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Buick Centuries, and so he had the opportunity to get the new Ford GT,
Mm.
and he had to sell a couple of his cars. So he gave me a call, and when I was working with him, he was saying, I said, if you ever sell this car, I want first rights to it.
Mm.
So he gave me a call about maybe 5-6 years ago and said, Rick, I'm selling the car. You want it? I was like, absolutely. So went
Done
ahead and
deal.
bought it and shipped it out from Houston.
So do you know if it's always been a Texas car?
No. He bought it from someone I think in Texas, but of course, there's a sticker on the back. Of course, it was in Detroit, in the Michigan area.
Okay.
I can't think of the name, but I left the sticker on there. I didn't want to take it off.
Let's take a look. Yeah, no.
Um,
Here we go.
so yeah, Tony Benton and Sons, Muskegon.
So Tony Bedden and Sons, if you're
Yeah,
watching, your car is in California now.
yeah, that's where it's gonna stay.
That's where it's gonna stay for sure. Yeah, I love the back of these cars.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it has a grill in the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I mean, the 61 was always the one for you,
No, no,
or
no. I've always liked 61 through 64. This was just the opportunity that I had to get, and luckily it was a 61. One of the first ones. I think they've made some modifications that have helped out on like 63 as they've learned, but no, it's good, and I think I'm the only one in the club. There might be one or two other 61s. I'm saying for SKLA. I don't think there's another 61
I don't think so
right
either.
now. Yeah, so I think we've got every year.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think so. 62.
We got 62s, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know when I pulled up, this guy Jim was saying we need a 61, and
So interior, what's all been done? I mean, the whole thing, or
yeah,
just
the seats and the roof. I don't know if you can. If the
Sure.
camera
You mind if I open the door?
Yeah, absolutely.
And here you go. This is why they love them.
Can you?
Yeah. I'll come back
side.
around the other way. So yeah. So the seats were redone, headliner,
Headliner, yeah.
and the dash. The dash, it looks like,
No.
there's one little crack, but
yeah, but it's all that needs to be.
I mean, but still,
Yeah,
it's
bad,
not.
yeah.
It's not in a condition that you'd be ashamed of it.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, no, there's just something about. I mean, it's like you're jumping in a time machine
Yep.
every time you drive it, right?
I mean, you're talking what are we at 62 years?
Don't make me do math right now.
Yeah, I think we're 62 years.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, and what's next? What's like if your top 3 things that gotta get done?
Definitely want to drop the Coyote
Okay.
engine, paint job, have to get it redone, and speakers. I always get a hard time from the crew here
Yeah,
about my music system. I don't know if you saw the
Just to make
portable
sure
speaker inside.
Yeah, just to make sure we keep these videos real. That's the
Sound system.
the booming system right
Yeah.
now, but it gets the job done, and it is leather wrapped.
Absolutely.
So it's not your
You
ordinary.
do it, you got to
boombox.
do it right. Yeah, but so those are 3 things that'll be next.
Wow.
And then of course when I paint, I want to dip it in chrome again, dip the chrome, get that dipped one more time. So
Nah.
I had the headlights, the LEDs put in, just to be able to see at night a little
Mhm.
better here.
Mm-hmm. No, they look great.
So,
Well, we look forward to version 2, version 3, version
Yeah,
4, because
in due time.
these versions will never stop.
no, it'll never stop. Yeah,
Once you're happy with one thing, then you're
Yeah.
going to change something else, or you see something else that inspires you. But I mean, there's no better platform to start with.
that's right.
Yeah. And then, last but not least,
Yes.
any shout outs, anything you want to say
No,
to the
just
people?
just SKLA and the SK Suicide Kings throughout the country. I mean, we're growing. Great organization, always focused on the community and doing what's right. Just a good group of guys. So if you're out there with a Lincoln, hit us up and come cruise with us.